is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, we have discussed this result interpretation. You will get here in my series also. My then designing stat load combinations, and we are discussing this. See, why we learn this WSM, and you know that it is also in the IS code also, IS code and even books. Both methods are there, LSM and WSM. Why WSM? Because it is very easy to understand. This is first part, and our main aim in structural engineering is structural understanding. See, when you learn something, if you want to go for the excellence in the field, first of all, this part is important: basic structural and this understanding. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
our training, see, our 6 months training or whatever, we are going to extend that also through workshops and other discussions. So understanding should be developed. And see, understanding is not a very small thing actually. It takes a lot of time. It requires consistency, first of all, in study. How you develop your understanding through consistency, through thinking. So you should think whatever you learn, think on it. Then practice and discussion through with us or any mentor, whatever. So this is the overall way of developing, and through the consistency, what you should learn, I think you should learn the basic concepts, and this should be the continuous process throughout your life. I would say throughout life of the career, I would say basic conceptual knowledge, because without which you cannot develop the understanding. See, there may be hundreds of problems we may solve as per the steps given, but this will not give you the overall understanding. What you do within this problem, do you connect your problem with the basic concepts, and do you connect your problem with the practical approach, then your common sense. See, these words are very important. They are very subjective, and still they are having more weightage than your even analysis and I would say mathematical calculations. Common sense, yes, and visualization, because see, our field is a more of a artistic or observation, I would say observation. So because inherently in structural engineering there is art inside, like architectural, we can say, features. So the way we call the architect as a art or artistic field, structural is also artistic field. So don't forget this, because we miss this in engineering college, because we are only involved in the mathematical calculation steps of the problems, and these, see, problems or maths or steps of design. See what happens whenever we are more engaged in the maths or Greek letters. You know that maths is a little complex, and we are engaged in steps or pattern. So we, whatever we learn the problem, we learn in the pattern and steps format. So see, we are also conducting that partly in our training course, because it is a part of the structural engineering, because we need to do the calculations and step wise and all this. And there are even IS codes clauses, right? So whenever we do this, we are more in the scientific approach and more mechanical, we can say scientific and more mechanical. Mechanical means the things which machine can do, like softwares are doing for us. But we lose this part, which is nothing but these are the parameters: visualization, observation, common sense, thinking, basic concepts, practice. And you should think, first of all, see, whenever we give some training to you, or whenever you learn something from the books or trainings, or whenever you practice something, you get questions. So these questions are important. First of all, you should get a question, and then you should try for it first. So don't ask the answer to any mentor immediately. First, you try, think, and once you find out some solution from your side, it may be wrong. I'm not saying that you should get the right answer, but you have tried this, and then once you have tried this, then you can discuss with the mentors. So you can do the discussion with us, and then develop this cycle. This is the cycle of learning actually, or understanding develop. And definitely in first attempt you will not get the final answer. First attempt is not at all uh, let's say you learn the beam design in first attempt. We have given you process, For example, either it is a steel beam or RCC beam, whatever. You have done this, you have followed the IS code clauses, you have followed the steps, IS code clauses you followed, and you finally got the answer. But this is not the end. See, this is not the end. Only one beam, 10 beam design is not a learning. Once you design the beam, see, I have seen a lot of people who know the beam design, who can solve hundreds of beams as per the Excel program or as per the steps of the design. Okay. It doesn't mean that this person is experienced. See, there is a question about his experience. I don't say he is experienced. If I take his interview, I cannot say that he is an experienced person because he has solved 100 beams either in Excel or in any software like RCDC, let's say, RCDC software. So this is not an experience. See, whenever you solve these beams, do you connect with this? Connect हो रहे हैं क्या आप? आपको understand हो रहा है क्या सब? Understanding is lot. There are a lot of things within the understanding. Connect होते समय, see, sometimes you solve the beam span of 4 meter, 5 meter, 10 meter sometimes. Small beams. Some beams are having more depth, less depth. Some beams are having deflection issues. Steel, say sometimes architect wants less depth. So is it acceptable as per the design? So there are a lot of questions within these beams. If you have solved these beams only mechanically, put the numbers in the Excel or RCDC, put the bending moment, put the shear force, and it is giving you some steel and size. So this is not the understanding. Okay. So this right part, see, our major aim in our course or in our total training process is this right side. Okay. Major part is right side. Because this left side you can learn, there is no big deal. We have learned this in engineering and we are also covering in our training course, study material, videos, and so many things. This right side is our aim, first of all. So if you ask me what you should take from this training course, so this right side. So you should develop this. This is not a 6 months activity or small time activity. It is a long term. Definitely you are connected with us for a long time. 6 months course is not only, it is just formality 6 months. Okay. 6 months is the only formality course. You'll get the certificate and so on. But it is a continuous, first of all. Be in touch with us after 6 months also. Attend the workshops, study with us, or ask the questions, discuss on the technical forums, and so many things. Okay. And finally, you should develop this right side will take you to the excellence in structural engineering. Okay. So this is first part. Excellence in structural engineering. This is our aim. So if you are excellent in your field, so you will be definitely at the top in your field. Either you do the jobs or you do the business, whatever you. This left side, whatever you number of times you do this left side, 100,000 times, doesn't mean that you are really excellent. I am saying this. And that's why you have seen that in our education system, even though we get the MTech degrees or PhDs or BE Civil or whatever from good colleges, still people are lacking some confidence. They don't understand. See, once you develop your right side properly, definitely it will take time, but have a patience. This word is also important. Patience is definitely required. There is no shortcut for the excellence. Okay. It is a continuous process and small details and all these parameters are important. So through this patience, you just go ahead, discuss with us. There is no, see, many times people get questions, but they don't ask. This is also very important. You should ask, discuss. And I'm not saying you should ask, I would say discuss. Whenever I say discuss, it is a two-way discussion. Don't ask question and expect the answer. I generally don't see, as a part of training course, whatever we are doing, we give the answers to that. But my major aim is that you should discuss with us. You should also have some solutions or thinking from your side. So this, your thinking is very important because see, finally you are going to develop your excellence, your career in long run. So if you develop such a tools in your mind, that will help you over the long run in your career. So that is important. And the tools are not the software tools. Tools are not the study material or books. Tools are this right side. It is very subjective. Definitely, it is subjective. You know this word subjective. Subjective means subjective may But do you know what is meant by subjective word? This word का पता है क्या आपको? ये subjective है. See, mechanical process is objective, and this is subjective. Subjective means there is no right and there is no wrong also. Okay, right भी नहीं और wrong भी नहीं है. I would say something which is acceptable to the situation. ये बहुत important है, acceptable. So, in structural engineering, many times people find difficulty in understanding. The reason is they are entangled or blocked in this mindset. See, this mindset, analytical mindset. ये थोड़ा block create कर रहा है understanding में. You are not free. See, the right side is very free. Free mind है, there is no block in your mind. You're not stick to this side, left side. See, I don't say that left side is not important. It is very important, but we have given lot of emphasis in our education, school, engineering, whatever, to the life side so much that we have become mechanical persons. See, we have forgot that we are a human being, we are a real engineer. Okay. So the mechanical part is so much developed in our mind that we always think in this fashion. And that's why we are blocked somewhere. And this block, we are not able to block, or there is a bondage, I would say. There is very bondage in our mind, which is restricting ourselves. There is a restriction in us. And you cannot develop the overall excellence through this left side. Left side is definitely important. And I would say in your success, if you ask me what is really important in your success, let's say career in structural engineering, I would say 80% is right side. Okay. See, this too much of emphasis on right side, subjective part. 20% definitely left side. 20 is definitely required because you cannot do the calculations through subjective judgment. Okay. So this is part, and I would expect that this right side you develop. And whatever question you get through the right side in our training course, that will be really helpful for you. Because my aim is to share the experience, whatever I got and our trainers have got. And that side will develop and will finally reach to this point. Left side is definitely you can focus, learn, solve the problems, do the software analysis, do the software designs. It is going to definitely help. But don't forget that you are going to give more emphasis on this side. Through my sessions also, you might have seen, I generally discuss such kind of small things in between. The reason is because you should develop this thought process, right side thought process. Now, whenever I say subjective right and wrong is not there, then it is acceptable. And this creates question in our mind. How can it be? If you say that there is a beam, I'll just give you the explanation of this, what I mean. Let's say there is a beam in structural engineering, beam B1, which is having some moment, let's say 50 kilonewton meter, and anything, let's say 30 kilonewton. And so there are one engineer, two engineer, three engineers, four engineers. Whenever these four engineers solve this beam, they will get, somebody will get 2T12 bars, somebody will get 2T16, somebody may get 3T10, and some may get, let's say, 3T16 also. Okay, don't know. Now, see, whenever we see these different examples or different answers, see, the answers are different. And in our education, you know that whenever we give some examination paper, in exams, if there is some problem, let's say 2 into 2 is how much? Then if you give the answer as a 4, then you get 100% marks. Okay, answer is 4. And we are used to this kind of mindset actually in education, that there will be only exact answer. Okay, we are only trying to get the exact answer, and this thought process itself is the wrong process, I would say. It is not a successful thought process. Okay, you cannot lead to the excellence through that thought process. See, this is very I'm saying very paradoxical statement, means very opposite. You may be something, will think that how can then I get the marks in the exam if I don't give this answer. See, okay, if in the college exams or school exam it is fine, but that is not useful in the experience or to get the excellence. So you know that whatever successful people you might have seen, that success only comes through the failure. See, and failure comes through the practice. You do the practice, you will fail. Again, you do the practice, fail, 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 and finally you will go to the excellence level, because you know that how it fails, then you know that what should not be done. And this excellence means you will get the experience rather. So this cycle is very important. And what happens, our aim is, or our goal is success, and I say that you cannot achieve this if you don't go through this process, cyclic. Now that creates a question, how can I say that success comes through failures? Now this is very paradox. The way I say here, if you give the right answer and if you are really trying for exact answer, then you will not be successful. There is always not success, but if this answer is, let's say, 3.8 or 3.9, 4.1 or 4.2, let's say, and if you are reaching to these numbers, then I would say yes, you are really in a good condition. So 4 is our benchmark, I understand, but this 4 benchmark you never achieve in your life, in any field. Any field I'm saying, not structural engineering only, any field or anything you do in your life, even personal life, I would say, this exact number you cannot achieve. Now there is always search for the exact number, but whenever you search, you should reach to here in these numbers, and then I say it is acceptable. Okay, because these are good numbers which are very near to the reality, which I really don't know, and nobody knows reality. So you might have learned in, I think, school or college, limit tends to, ऐसे रहता करता कुछ, limit tends to 2. So whenever I say limit tends to 2, that means it is not 2. It is near to 2. So these are the near numbers, and if you are near to the reality which you expect, but still you don't know, means you expect and you don't know, I would say your search should be here, near to the reality, near to the answer, and not near exact answer. Exact answer will not lead to anything. Now there you, I have seen given you, there is an engineer 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you ask me who is right, I would say if all these 4 people have done the calculation as per the IS code, where he has taken the strength criteria, serviceability criteria, and followed the code clauses, then I would say these 4 are right. First of all, 4 are right, even though they are having different answers. 4 are right. And now the question comes, then what is the difference in them? First of all, there is nothing wrong in their calculations, or nothing, I would say, nothing blunder in their calculations, and they have followed every calculation as it is. Now the question comes, then why? Where is the difference? Where is the difference? Can you anybody tell me? ये चारों engineers अब right बोल रहा हो तो difference कहाँ आ रहा है?